Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard Products 5050B. This is a 20-foot roll of their brown silicone bulb self-adhesive gasketing. This material is the quintessential teardrop-shaped self-adhesive gasketing that you are going to see installed on smoke and draft control rated doors. The most common material is this stuff. You will see it everywhere. You'll see it specified everywhere. You'll be required to install it on a lot of different openings. Motel, hotel doors, bam. Corridor doors are going to require this material. Before we get to the particulars, available in several different roll lengths, 17 foot. That would be appropriate for a 3 foot by 7 foot door, 7 plus 7 plus 3, 18 feet. 20 feet, 21 feet, 25 feet. Rolls much longer than that. If you've got several doors to do, definitely order the longer roll length. A little bit cheaper and not a lot of wasted packaging. Teardrop shape, I called it, and that's the 50/50. The B is going to stand for your brown sort of finish, which is really very common. Dimensionally, this material is 1/2 by 1/4, which is the most common size. 1/2 by 1/4. Okay. Now, we mentioned that it's used for smoke and draft control, and that is by far, in my experience, the most common times that you're going to use that. Doors that have that sort of requirement on the rating are going to require this material to be in compliance with fire code, is the bottom line. Available from National Guard in different finishes as well, or colors. There's a link below this video to the product brochure, which shows everything important about this and its sister products, so that you can make a consolidated review of everything National Guard has and make an informed decision. You can see this material is at the top of that link to the product brochure. The B for brown, C for charcoal, that's a darker color, white, tan, and clear. They've got all those colors. Okay. Smoke and draft control, up to 3 hour for fire doors, 90-minute for wood. Available in those roll lengths, 17, 20, 21, 25, 300 feet. Okay. Very commonly seen in steel frame, obviously steel frame situations if it's rated. Down below that, you've got the variations on that. The 25-25, the 50-40, 50-60, the fin angle V cushion sort of design. Okay, the 50/50 is the real standard for this sort of material. It's durable, it's heavy, will allow you to work in typical sorts of gaps of 3/32 of an inch, through 1/8 of an inch, that sort of thing. Now, I've installed this material for in its intended purpose, and then also just to help augment existing weather stripping, and I have found it to be noticeably effective. Especially in the transmission of dust. So let's talk about installation. And there is a link below this video to a document called Installation. Absolutely crucial to review that. And it's crucial to follow it, in my opinion. You can do it differently, you can do it faster, you can do it less cautiously, and the results won't be as good. So, installation. Frame must be above 50 Fahrenheit, otherwise the material you're attaching it to is going to be too cold for the adhesive to be expected to work. Okay, so it's got to be, can't be an exterior frame in the middle of winter. It's not going to work real well. Step 2, it is so crucial that you clean the frame to make it completely free of dust and debris that they give you clean wipes for that purpose, alcohol pads. You've got to remove fingerprints, dust, anything that's on there. Or if the paint is not fully cured on the frame, definitely wait. You'll come the next day and the installation will be failing. It'll be coming off in certain areas. If you've got wax coated or high gloss paint, they want you to rough that surface up a little bit to give yourself some surface area. Clean it. Okay. Now the installation of this. Measure and pre-cut the pieces, step 3. Measure and pre-cut the pieces to fit the head and jambs. That's crucial. You can't take this material and run it up into the inside corners and bend it like that. That'll be a point of failure. So what I like to do is cut the header carefully, miter them with my utility scissors, get that piece up, and then miter my jams, the top of my jams, and run them all the way along, and be able to. I like to measure them so I don't have any hanging on the floor, because I don't want to, compromise the adhesive at the very bottom. So you measure it. Some people will run it long and just snip it at the bottom, of course, is common. Step 4, remove protective backing 1 to 2 feet at a time. I like to be 1 foot. You don't want to have too much of this material peeled away and then unintentionally bump it onto the frame and have to pull it off. I also find the 50-50, because it's a thicker material, it's easier to get put on the frame and do so straight. The thinner material, you'll have a tendency to have a little more wavy of an application if you're not careful. So shorter lengths, never pull it, just push it onto the frame. It will want to resume its natural elasticity and it fail. So just push it on. Position on frame where illustrated. That's the diagram to the right side of the installation instructions. Shows how to orient the teardrop, depending on if you're on the lock side, head, or the hinge side. Allowing a 1/16 of an inch seal. Position on frame where illustrated, allowing approximately 1/16 inch between seal and the door frame for clearance when compressed. Meaning when that gets compressed, it's now a little bit longer or wider than it is when it's in its natural position. Okay. Adhere by pressing firmly, 15 pounds of pressure, straight down the entire length. Doesn't mean do this, it just means push all the way down. Do not pull it off and try to relocate it. You'll have to start over. Do not rub along the length from one end towards the other during installation. It will stretch and not adhere properly. Make sure the seal does not impede proper door closing and latching of the door. If you've got a very tight margin, like you're just barely getting the door closed, this material won't fit into it. You need to have a properly sized door for it. The adhesive on this seal has a shelf life of a year when it's stored at 75 Fahrenheit, 50% relative humidity or less. Everything that the installation instructions, I concur with my actual experience of doing it, so I won't beleaguer any of those points additionally. I do want to add how effective it is, again, at just augmenting existing weather stripping. I've used this material just to help retard the transmission of dust from a shop setting to a showroom. You don't want the wood dust and whatever else is in the air in a shop coming up into your showroom. And weather stripping those doors from those two spaces is good. But you'll notice if you were to use it for that application just how much dust it really prevents coming through. I've even installed it where I've had multiple layers of this material stacked, soldier together, okay, or soldier stacked together. It's inexpensive, is another reason to use it all the time. It's easy to install. No special instructions other than what we've reviewed. No special tools, etc. National Guard is a full-line manufacturer of all things commercial weather stripping related, not only the common sort of adhesive gasketing needed for smoke and draft control, but thresholds, perimeter gasketing, door sweeps. Material made of aluminum, stainless steel, architectural bronze. And they have a full-line offering of steel vision frames for use in wood and metal doors. Any questions on the National Guard 5050B, self-adhesive silicone seal, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.